Hey guys, I'm back with another video looking at some newer mods released for Minecraft over the past 2 weeks. These were all tested on the latest version of Minecraft for both Forge and Fabric. You can find the links to any of these mods in the description below, and you can find hundreds of other mods by checking out my channel. The Ender Arm is a new item which you can hold, and you can get it as a drop from an Enderman after killing them with certain items, like swords and axes. When you activate it by sneaking and right-clicking, you'll be able to see through a one-block wall, allowing you to interact with the items behind it, which you could be hiding from friends. If you place the arm into your offhand slot, then you can also place down items behind walls instead, meaning you don't have to break any blocks. Rucksacks adds a backpack, which can be crafted from 3 leather, 3 string, and a chest. They can't be placed down or equipped, but they can be dyed lots of different colors, and they offer 27 additional storage slots, so they're a simple option for a backpack mod. Scary Twig Snap adds some new ambient sounds to forests, which are supposed to make them a bit more scary. Occasionally, you'll hear the sounds of rustling leaves and twigs breaking when you're walking through them. Headshot is a simple mod which allows you to deal bonus damage when you hit something in the head. There'll be a message on your screen which lets you know if you've hit one, but in the config you can determine whether to enable blindness, nausea, or whether helmets reduce headshot damage. This mod adds a new biome which suits the festive season. In your world, you should be able to come across the pumpkin patch. There's lots to see with pumpkins being everywhere, as well as bushes, tombstones, spider nests, and more. In chests here, you might find candy like Twix, gummy bears, and Oreos. Another large structure is the haunted house, which has a few chests inside, or you can visit the carving station where pumpkins are carved. A creepy enemy in this area is the Reaper, which looks like a tall, thin skeleton. You can use VoteMobs to add the 3 mobs included in this year's mob vote, starting with the Glare, which you can find in caves. You can give them glow berries and they'll follow you, showing you areas which are dark enough for mobs to spawn in. The Alley can be found near soul sand valleys and can be attached to note blocks. If you give them an item, they'll look for the same item on the ground and bring it to the note block. Whereas copper golems can be built with a copper block and carved pumpkin, and they like to press copper buttons and will oxidize over time. Haunted Harvest makes some nice Halloween changes to villagers. The first thing you'll notice is that during the night, baby villagers will wear a Halloween mask. They'll interact with adult villagers and go trick-or-treating, even going from door to door to collect candy. If a villager doesn't give a child candy, then the child will throw eggs instead. There's more to it, like the children interacting with witches and getting some special treats, or villages decorating their village with pumpkins, with the baby villagers carving them. One more mod that's now available for both mod loaders is platforms. To start, you'll need to create the platformer block from 6 iron ingots, 2 red dye, and a crafting table. Inside of it, you'll be able to craft all new blocks like bridges, platforms, supports, and more, opening up a lot of new builds. The design of the platforms are determined by the blocks you place inside the platformer, and you can use a wrench to change the rotation, style, and rails. Death Knell adds over 30 new death messages, which appear on the death screen and in the chat. These appear for different events, like when you're killed by cave spiders or polar bears, or self-caused deaths like drowning or fall damage. There's even some obscure ones, like when you're killed by someone holding a cookie. Fabric users will also be pleased to know that a version of the Traveler's Backpack is now available for that loader too. It's a backpack mod that I've talked about countless times on my channel, mainly because of how much it can do. There's lots of different designs for the backpack, there's slots for liquids, your tools, a built-in sleeping bag, and it can even be worn on your back. It's great for any adventuring-styled worlds you're playing. PaperDoll adds a live view of your Minecraft character to the screen, which you might notice from Bedrock and Pocket editions of Minecraft. It's highly configurable, so you can change the location, size, head movement, and more. Terrific Trinkets adds some new wearable items to the game, which are designed to be used with the Trinkets mod. It adds an assortment of rings, amulets, and gloves, each of which can be found in locations around your world. When equipped, you'll get stats like increased health, attack speed, and attack damage. Structure Tools is essentially a port of building gadgets, but for fabric instead. It makes building less tedious at times, as if you use the likes of the building gadget, you can quickly build walls, columns, and stairs using blocks in your inventory. Whereas the exchanging gadget can change the blocks you're looking at to a different type. There's a copy and paste tool so you can quickly duplicate structures and blocks, or the deconstruction gadget, which can void large areas at once. But there's more to the mod. Deep in the Night is a Halloween-themed mod, and it starts by adding new creatures like the Headless Horseman, Vampire, Crow, Shadow Reaper, and Scarecrow. Some of them have special abilities like how the Vampire gives you the bleeding effect, or how the Horseman can spawn when the player is sleeping in a bed. Some new items come with the mod, like the Pumpkin Launcher, which fires explosives. Or there's the Reaping Scythe and Death Axe, which are powerful weapons, among a few other items. Enderscape expands on the End Dimension and adds the Celestial Islands and Celestial Plains biomes right now. You can find new mobs like the Drifters, who can leak jelly which you can harvest to create drift boots, which give extra movement speed when worn. If you craft a mirror, then you can link it to a lodestone and teleport back to it at any time. Also included with the mod is some new plants, wood, music discs, and more. BackTools will render the last use tool on the player's back, which is great for immersion and RPG packs. Unlike Backslot, which I mentioned in my RPG video, this mod doesn't add any slots to the player's inventory, while also allowing you to disable certain tools in the config file. A new cute creature is the Squirrel, which you'll now find naturally spawning in your world, and they come in some different colors. Using new items like acorns, cones, and seeds, you can feed them to the squirrels so that they breed. They have some nice animations and move pretty fast. An improvement to the Goblin Traders mod comes with the End Goblin Trader, who is a new mob you can trade with. They sell lots of useful items like tools, building blocks, potions, and maps. A lot of items they want can easily be obtained in the end too, as this mod requires the original Goblin Traders mod. You can also find traders in both the Overworld and Nether too. Vampire Hunter adds a Halloween theme to Minecraft with your main menu, hotbar, and even the colors of your world all looking very different. Some block textures are even changed, so that they fit a more spooky theme. One of the first new locations you might come across is the Graveyard, which contains spawners and chests, which contain a map to Dracula's castle. It's a large structure filled with more spawners and hostile creatures, but you can also find the Vampire, a new boss. Basic Shields adds more tiers of shields, so that they can be crafted from wood, iron, gold, diamond, and netherite. Each tier of shields determines the durability as well as how quickly shields recover from being disabled by an axe, but they'll also just match your armor better, and they support banners. That concludes our list. I'll do another one of these soon, and I'm currently working on some theme mod videos, so make sure to stick around for those.